Hi folks, Six Slices here. Now, I'm back to doing my high-end knife series. I've had these knives since February, but unfortunately I was in hospital, so I wasn't able to film them. And I've been home now for a month, but I'm really only just getting around to being able to get everything sorted. So I thought I'd start with a big hitter. So this is a Medford. Medford knife and tool are known for their extreme, overbuilt, huge knives. And the Marauder, which this is one of those. It comes in a huge size, weighs a ton, proper boat anchor, and sort of thing. If you put it in your pocket, you will you better have a good belt and possibly braces as well, or your trousers are going to fall off. So this knife here represents an extreme of the Medford stable. But funnily enough, this isn't the extremely big, this is the extremely small. If we just zoom out a little here and bring in a knife that's probably more familiar to many people. This is the Medford Slim Midi, which is the middle-sized Marauder. This is the dress Marauder. There's a bigger one than this, and there's also ones that are thicker than this. So the Slim Midi is slim in this respect here. The full-size one is huge. This here, the dress Marauder, is pretty much identical in thickness. Oops. In thickness to the Slim Midi, but obviously it's much smaller in terms of size. And in fact, in a real world comparison, how big is this knife? Because it's the Medford knives are always considered big. Well, this is, I think, the smallest knife he does. But there's the Dragonfly, and you find the Dragonfly is very similar in size. It actually has a slightly bigger handle than the dress Marauder, but the blades are of a similar size. The Spyderco is slightly wider at its widest point, but obviously it tapers down. The drop point is a bit more of a gradual taper, and you lose a bit of cutting edge with this choil. There is a choil on the dress Marauder as well, but it's smaller and I think probably less purposeful. Now the other thing about Medford knives is that you can get them just plain as they come, or you can get them quite decorated. Now this one has at least two different patterns on it. You have, like my Slim Midi here, this is flame anodized, heat anodized. So there's some heat anodization that has gone on here to give the sort of whirlpool sort of patterns. But over that you've got, or under that, you've got the falling leaf pattern. Now this isn't a painted on thing, this is a sculpted thing. One of the things that these sort of heavy metal knives give you is the opportunity to have quite deep sculpting. And this is obviously one of the slimmer ones, so you can imagine if you had a Praetorian tie, how deep the engraving could be. So the back of this one doesn't have the flame anodization, it's a blue anodization, but it makes those falling leaves pop like jewels, which is quite spectacular. Now I think it says 35 VN. It's in a letter S, and I'm pretty sure it says 30. Could be S30, but I think it says 35 VN steel. And this is just such a lovely little knife. It's not a whopper in your hand, but it's big enough to do anything that you might normally want to do. Small enough that it shouldn't really scare anybody too much. Of course, we're in the UK here, so a locking knife is, officially now a weapon of mass destruction. I'm struggling a bit with folding knives at the minute and opening knives, but there we go. It's really quite a small carry in the pocket, and I suspect it's probably very comparable with the Dragonfly. In fact, as a carry proposition, it's smaller than the Dragonfly. Shorter and narrower. The only thing where it perhaps is thicker is in this dimension here, but again it's not that much thicker. It is heavier because this obviously is lightweight plastic and this is titanium handles, but it's not, because it's so small, that the actual appreciable weight in your hand is no different to, say, a little Barlow knife. This is a Rough Rider one. It's probably still, no, I mean, there's no appreciable difference in the weight at all. So this is the first of my latest batch of the high-end knives that I've been lent. And I absolutely love this one. That's why I've done it first. I've got other more perhaps, there's one or two more expensive knives here, although I suspect this one wasn't cheap, but this is the one out of this batch that really catches my eye. And when we get to the end of it, we'll do a little wash up and see if it's still the case. But I kind of feel at this moment, if I could pick one to keep, it would be this one. Anyway, that's perhaps enough of that for now. There are 5 more in this batch to come, and we'll be doing those very shortly. But in the meantime, if you like the stuff, please give a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see those other knives and the other bits and pieces that are coming along, then please subscribe and remember to ring the notification bell. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Bye.